author.
Y'all are nasty.
I want to leave. Let's start the show. Oh, is it going?
Yeah. We've been live this entire time.
Oh. Well. Oh, perfect.
My social security number is 1.
I was trying to think. Just 1. I was the first one. Ow, my face.
That might be the last thing that I ever get to post on TikTok.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in... Oh, wait, this button didn't work. In... Four Keeps! The Abyss, part 13 of our Four Keeps adventure. Today is March 20th, 2023, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audiocasts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/indooradventures, and we will do our best to respond to those questions in kind. Now, you could post those in the Twitch chat, but the easiest way to ask us those questions is going to be to join us on Discord. The link can be found in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. But let's say you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Well, guess what, Acorns? I got your back, quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got crop tops, we got throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have face masks that double as a glasses cleaner if you're feeling brave enough, designed by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, where all the proceeds of our merch currently goes to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support the show or possibly help support a good cause, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, RJ, who you playing today?
Hello, everybody. I'm RJ, and today I'm playing Caelum, the Shatterkai Wizard Fighter. We both go by he, him. I'm more of a nuisance, though.
I'm the disembodied voice of LBHackEmUp. I have a migraine today, so I'm sitting in the dark and you don't get to see my beautiful face. I play Gwen, the halfling barbarian fighter. We both go by she, her.
Boy, I'm Cyber. I go by he, him, or he or any pronouns. I play Arjhan. Arjhan is an adult black dragon at the moment. He, him.
That just leaves me. Hey, everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. She, her. I'm making silly faces because I'm drawing. And also, I play as Coriander, the Elegant Paladin. She, they, and he.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be your Dungeon Master. So, last we left off, our group was given a time frame, 7 days in total, until Zariel could rally her forces, you could get the Hellfire engine where it needed to be, and you could be prepared to initiate the summoning, begin the encounter with Orcus. And we say encounter because we don't know if it's going to be a comes to blows. Who knows? Maybe Orcus just wants to talk or possibly trade. The barter system is always a thing here. So you were given 7 days in order to wait that out, where you were expecting this is go time. We are going to be summoning Orcus on this day. Now, a few of the things that needed to be taken care of during that time. During this time, Cori, you spoke with Tiamat, and Tiamat said that if you wanted to spend the week learning how to change your seasons, or not change your seasons necessarily, but to be able to branch off much in the similar way that Tiamat does, that she would be willing to teach you, as long as in the event where Bahamut ever asks, hey, where did you learn how to do that thing? You tell him to his stupid face that Tiamat taught you, and she's helping godlings where you're not, you big turd. For, not as many words, but that is what Tiamat requested. Other things that Tiamat not necessarily requested, but helped out with, was, again, kind of getting the forces ready. It seems like this promotion that Rasa has gone through to become a commander, or a lieutenant in Tiamat's legions, to kind of control her own platoon, went off without a hitch. It's been a great time, and Rasa actually had information related to that she was going to talk to Arjhan about at a dinner. However, that dinner was not as militant related to info as she was expecting, much to her delight, as Arjhan took, in the form of a adult black dragon, took this adult red dragon on a date. It went really well. I got schmoozed. It was a great time. Speaking of great times, Gwen, you went back to the Goliath tribe and let them know, hey, all of this shit that we're doing, pretty okay, I would say, but we need to rescope. We need to figure things out. And so you ended up naming the city Storm Shield, a la Giant, which, also speaking to the rest of the Goliath community, they were down for. They thought that this was a great idea. Excellent work. And like we said, in this Goliath city that we will see rise to unexpected glory, there will probably be the first, equivalent of a trade school with free schooling involved. So that's definitely something to look forward to in the future. That being said, Caelum, you had just gotten done learning, kind of conversing with Brother Groon, figuring everything out related to that. I can't remember, what all did Caelum have planned for the week? I believe that he was either prepping a spell, or creating some items. What was Caelum up to? What did we decide that the boy was doing? As I remember that there had been talk about, what if we animate some rocks and then turn those rocks into people, and then we turn those people into other things, and then it created a dilemma of ethics. So what has Caelum been up to this last week?
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine.
Okay.
I think, because I don't think I received any directives outside of just be ready to do this thing at the end of the week.
Yeah, you had spoken, I believe, with
Saloon and Mistra.
Mm-hmm. You had spoken with Saloon and Mistra. You had also gone off to speak with Hotterai as well. You had spoken with Brother Groon, and having learned more about Celestian's Arc, this giant meteor that pierces through dimensions.
Was it the Traveler Star?
I don't believe it was called the Traveling Star. No, I don't believe that is in the notes. It was the Homeward Star.
Homeward Star.
However, learning more about that, if you'd like, you could have spent the remainder of your week kind of hanging out at the petroglyphs, learning more about that, prepping for the next leg of the journey. Yep.
Caelum sending out letters.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Caelum sending out letters of, well, to people he knows, but they are letters of introductions and invitations to become members of the Silver Quill.
Yeah, and for reference, the individuals that you were sending those notes to were...
Okay, here we go.
Okay, let's run through the list.
Ollie and Oz from, I was gonna say Valheim, but no.
Vaskor.
Vaskor. He's gonna extend it to who... He's not gonna be a dick.
Okay.
And extend it to both Makoff and Haterai. He has to confirm if they're going to be okay in the same space first.
Okay.
But a letter to Yuglon. A letter to Oliver in Arask.
Okay.
My
Sounds
Lauren.
good.
Essentially Prescott, he's essentially sending out letters to people who would love to research and be like part of a collective of mages that are just here to hang out and do their own individual thing, but then come together sometimes for a big project.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so basically every prominent spellcaster mage that you left on good terms with, you're shooting off a letter to.
Shoot your shot. Alindra Stonemantle.
Hey, man. Worst she's gonna say is no, and that she's not joining, but in that case, she's already not in it. No harm, no foul. But yeah, so you've sent
in that case, if that's the case, a joint research agreement when the time comes. Signed, yours truly, Caelum.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. And then he just waits for the flood of sendings to hit him.
Okay, sounds good. Are you doing sendings? Oh yeah, like
no, he's writing letters and then
Okay,
using
got it.
the speedy courier to deliver them to
right.
people.
Okay, sounds good. So that is what you were up to this week. So let's go into Cori. You were speaking with Tiamat. You have a week of spending time. Well, we say a week. It's closer to like 5 days, 4 days at this point to kind of begin the process therein. And I would say make a religion check.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I got signed out of make a religion check. Say desperately bringing up my character okay. Religion, you say?
Yes.
For God. For God things, yeah?
Yeah.
How's about a 22, my friend?
22. Okay, so effectively the way that Tiamat teaches you how to do this is a lot of meditation, which is something that you're already relatively good at. Being an
I'm
elf,
really good at that.
Meditating is great. Like she's just like, you need to take naps in order to figure this out more. And you're like, done. I'm great at naps. Turns out trying to focus on like that empty-headedness is a lot more difficult than one might think. But thankfully, Cori is a space cadet at some points. So focusing on an empty head, very easy. And I would say that towards the end of the week, while they aren't substantiated, they don't have a physical presence, you do get to the point where you are able to sort of kind of manipulate the elemental, Feywild, innate magic of yourself that comes from this kind of godling ability. And you can project what looks like opacity, like 80% over over yourself, but they are just like slightly in front of you. And then as soon as you're like, oh, I got it, they like snap back into you, and it kind of like a lurchy feeling. Like it doesn't feel good having this thing, like basically like doing what the Raven Queen did of like stripping out all of the different spirits, but like trying to manifest them into their own thing. Like it's a whole thing. But Tiamat does give you praise for being able to do this thing that you've set out to do. Is there anything that you wanted to talk to Tiamat about over this set of days?
Not necessarily. I feel like we pretty much covered everything. It's basic Mr. Miyagi shit.
Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, and Tiamat, she definitely spends she doesn't spend a lot of time with you in prime form. It looks like typically she reserves that for more of like general meetings, that sort of thing. So you kind of get basically taught how to do this 5 different times from the 5 different heads of Tiamat that all have like their varying take on what the experience is, and it's really up to Cori to like, okay, which one of these is giving me the learning, like the style of learning that I am most akin to. It ends up being a combination of them, as it turns out, that kind of leads you to be able to perform this act of divine ability. That being said,
it occurs to me, I did just remember something from last time.
yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Does Cori at any time realize that Arjhan went on a date with a red dragon?
I don't think that would have happened until the very last day.
Yeah.
Like it's a day before the big thing kind
Cool.
of thing. It's when he would have scheduled it.
Well, all right, we'll just put a pin in it.
But I don't know if Tiamat would have heard it from Newell.
Yeah. Tiamat would have
So-
heard about it from Newell. Arjhan, roll a D100 for me.
86.
86. With that high of a roll, would you like for Cori to find out about this before the event, or would you prefer to have this be a little secret getaway for Arjhan?
He's not hiding it. He
Okay.
just didn't talk to anybody about it except for Newell, who arranged it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Cori, I would say that you find out about it as it happens. So in the context, in the canon of this moment, Arjhan is at his date, and Cori, you are kind of like, you've manifested this thing. Tiamat's just like, excellent job, you did it. And then Newell is just like, my queen, if I may. And Tiamat, of course, you may speak freely. And Newell will kind of like belay that information, be like, Arjhan has arrived at the location with Rasa. Things appear to be going well. And Tiamat just sort of nods and then expresses that she is glad that the two of them will be relaxed for the coming day. And Cori, you're like overhearing this and you're like, I'm sorry. They went where? Together? Unsupervised? And he didn't tell me.
Please don't say together like that again.
Together?
It's
Together?
Rykard. It's Rykard.
Ukesa?
Together we will devour the gods.
So yeah, Cori, you find out about it, but Arjhan is, he's on the date currently. He's probably giving his fun confession to Rasa right now.
I want to say that the way that this goes is like Cori's like, oh, that's nice, like I'm glad that they arrived safe, and then she like sits there and meditates for a while longer, and then she's all like, wait a second, like the wording of that sounded a lot like, and then like like you see the gears turning, like the little hamster running in the wheel in her head is
It's a
like
duck.
it's a duck, yeah. Is running on the wheel and just like fucking like trips and it just starts going, and then she like sits there for a second and she goes, oh, and then she's like, Lady Tiamat, you asked me before what you could do for Arjhan as a friend, to offer him something from the heart.
Yes.
I think I just thought of something. And then she's gonna lean in and whisper in her ear.
Tiamat just and like it's just like nodding along, like yes, I think we can make this work.
And then ooh, like the camera moves away.
Okay. So meanwhile, the camera had faded to black. with Arjhan and Rasa. As it would appear, everything went exactly the way that you were hoping that it would go. It is towards the end of the evening. We'll say that there is like a large infernal fire. There's some furred creature that existed maybe a millennia ago that is large enough to like be a rug in front of this large fireplace for the 2 adult-sized dragons. Is there anything that Arjhan would like to say in this moment?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I think that Rasa will... you can see that she is a lot less anxious. It seems that she... that, maybe the anxiety will come back. Who's to say? But for right now, in this moment, she's just feeling very calm, very collected. And yeah, she will ask how long will you remain like this?
I don't know.
And she asks, with that being said, how would you feel about flying together?
Like that.
Okay. And that's what you and Rasa do until the timer ticks and you end up turning back.
It's not.
Okay.
There's a fade to black.
Okay. Hell yeah. So, that being said, the next day. This is the day. This is the day that you have all heard about, that you have all been warned of, that you have all planned for. This is the day that you attempt to converse with the demon lord of undeath himself, Orcus, to try and get them to reveal the true name of Caius, the worm that walks, this dark star, the kingdom of nothing. What are the and we will, in a Mass Effect like montage, let us go over the last little bit. So we'll say, Gwen, before you leave this plane, and before you know that you may be going off to your certain death, you doubt it. I mean, you fought Talos. Talos was a god. Orcus, not a god. Lesser than. What is the last thing that Gwen does here on the material plane before they go off into the hells?
I think Gwen sits down. There's 2 things. Gwen sits down and writes a bunch of notes, just in case, for Philip, her parents, and her brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then one for Chua.
Okay.
And one for her, and one for Teresa, I think. And then she's going to sit down and have a pep talk with her inner circle, as it were.
Okay.
Her Goliath, her runt axe friends in her head. I think that she kind of, sits down and explains exactly what's going on and where they're gonna go, and if anybody wasn't paying attention, what the stakes are. And then I think she'll give them like a rally, like, we are the runts. We have fought gods. We have, defended our lands, and we will defend our friends. We will get the name of Caius, and we might get to fight a demon lord of the abyss doing it.
Everyone is psyched for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is an unparalleled fervor that that occurs here, and inside, while you were doing this rally, it finishes with a glorious haka, and we will say that the tempo and momentum of this haka will carry over and kind of be like playing in the background. Caelum, what is the last thing that you do on the material plane before you know that you're going to be going off into the abyss?
He is not on the material plane. He is in the spring court,
Okay.
chilling with Diantha. He has explained the entire situation to her. And it's like last day is like, well, if I do die from this, please love again.
And she looks at you and like she will grab you by the collar of your shirt and pull you in for a smooch, and then pulls you back, puts her forehead against yours, and says, "If you die, I'm bringing you back, stupid."
Yeah, that's fair. Well, not unless he turns me. You know what? I'm gonna put all the bad stuff out of my head. We're gonna do this. We're gonna win. I'm gonna come back. We should have a talk later
Yeah.
about stuff and things. And
No, keep going. What kind of stuff and things?
stuff and things. I gotta go.
I
like you a lot, and I kind of want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Okay. Think I may take you up on that.
Now I really can't die.
She nods again. Slaps your ass on your way out.
Ah! As she slaps his ass, there's a teleport spell that goes off. She slapped his ass so hard he teleported away.
Like, camera just stays for just a little bit. She like looks at her hand and then gets the look on her face like, I need to see who else I can try this on, and like begins walking off with the power to possibly banish people with an ass slap. As Diantha is beginning to think about the ramifications of Caelum's stuff and things conversation.
The Rick Grimes conversation of stuff and things.
Cori, do you want to have spent your last little bit in Avernus, or do you want to come back to the material plane one last time?
I think very similarly. Cori has spent her last day before facing Orcus with Oliviette.
Good. That's a very good thing. She has not been well.
I didn't think so. Yeah, no.
Remember
like
when Elistray was like, you should check on your partner. She's not having a good time.
Yeah, and then Cori did. She gave her a call.
Yeah.
Bring her to hell. Bring her to hell.
Does she want to come to hell?
Olivia,
everything's fine down here.
That's true. Olivia, I would say, is not in the state to go to the hells.
Has she been drunk for a week straight?
Yeah.
Oliviette!
When you kind of like talk to her about it, like you get to her ship and the ship looks like a little bit of disarray, and like you know that like she didn't do the thing where she fired her crewmen. So that's a plus, like when she couldn't go to the Feywild. But like her crewmen are just like, yeah, we've been stuck here. It's like we don't know what's going on. And speaking to Olivia and getting to talk to her about this thing, what you find is that Olivia is having a difficult time because in the moments where you and your group were figuring out the death slot and doing all of that and like Wand of Orcus shenanigans, Olivia will reveal that she did run into her mother. Her mother recognized her. In that moment, as a bit of as in passing almost, her mother dismissed her, looked at her dead in the eye, and said, "I wish I had had a son." And
Oof.
Olivia has been trying to like her mom basically was just like, "You're the reason I'm in this mess. You're the reason the city's failing. Have fun with that. I'm out of here." And so Olivia, like knowing that is what has happened to her, and like it's hard not to take that personally, even being so removed. Like family always has that one knife that they know just how to dig in that no one else does, and it seems like this has affected Olivia in that way. But spending time with you, a little bit of the paladin buzzkill aura, like, hey, maybe we don't get borderline blackout drunk and think about hard times. Sober up, please. Like, in stages, because you don't want to fully remove alcohol from an alcoholic system, because that's a whole other can of worms that we could talk about. Make a persuasion check.
Oh shit. Figure snap peas. Okay. Cori, you're in the doghouse again. Oh, that was a close one. I watched it roll from a 1 over to a 7. That's a 19.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm a paladin, baby.
Okay, so you've seen Olivia get like this on a few occasions, where it seems like she has a penchant for self-destruction. In that sense, it seems like she has a difficult time getting out of that negative headspace. However, being cuddle buddies with Coralon has its benefits. Cori, what would you like to say to Oliviette to help put things into either perspective or at least kind of, level her a little bit?
Give me a second to think. Olivia, I'm so sorry. I should have been here. I have pledged my strength to the keeps and to the Caelums and to the mantle of Coralon. I feel as though I've been torn in so many different directions, being spread thin. I've pledged my strength to them, but to you, and she touches the side of her face, I've pledged my heart. Give me a while longer, and I promise you, I will be with you always.
And Olivia will look at you, and she says, whether it be a day, a week, a month, a year, or a decade, you know where to find me. And she will give you a smooch. It'll be like the sad, teary smooch, but like there's like, it's so intimate in this moment that it's like, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's still a happy smooch.
Right. And that's like, the like eloquent, vignette, but there is more conversation around like, your mom's a piece of shit. Like,
yeah, no. And Cori, as you kiss Olivia, you realize that there was a element to what the rest of Tiamat was explaining that was missing. For Tiamat, the main driving force of being able to split herself was essentially to, if we put it on an emotional scale, it was spite, right? Like, it was spite, an ability to control, to have this kind of thing. For Cori, spite isn't the driving emotion, and it's been very difficult to learn from all of these Tiamats who are like, you just gotta think strong thoughts. Thank you, Billy. Like, you just have to think how to undermine, like, how better to undermine your opponent than having two. Thanks, Madre. Like none of these people are giving you useful info, but in that moment where you and Olivia smooch, you realize that the driving force that Cori brings is love. And in that smooch, you realize how to manifest spring. much more like as a solid form than it was just the other day. This is the shonen level, like this is the power jump where like I've been practicing a secret skill this whole time. Like it's that level, like you immediately understand how this works now.
Yeah, RJ? Yeah?
No, it's just Cori comes back, shows this off. Caelum looks at her and casts a mirror image on himself.
Not special.
Incredible. So you are having this moment with Oliviette. Caelum, you just got done having your moment with Diantha. Gwen, you've gotten done writing out all your notes. Doing that, you are ready to go. You currently also have in your inventory 3 sending stones that are all tied to Philip. So that way the two of you can have either like short burst conversation or do one really long one since he's gotten back. And he has used 75 words on more than one occasion to express his feelings towards you. And kind of just like let you know how his day's been going and he misses you. But he's, you know, he's here for you. Arjhan, for this last little bit of time on the material plane before the group is settled to go to the caldera, what is Arjhan doing? Or are you just chilling in the hells? You're like, they'll come.
Yeah, I mean, if the date was the night before, Arjhan and Rasa would have been, like, camping out, like, alongside the edge of the caldera.
Okay. Sounds good.
Or, like, maybe in, like, a crag or a overhang, like, somewhere around, yeah.
Definitely an overhang. Definitely would have been able to find one of those. Excellent. Yeah, Rasa is just happy, calm. It seems like being in your presence has done wonders for her wrecked nerves, especially leading into this. But she is excited, to say the least, especially because she knows that this is a big battle, and she has friends from homecoming, and she's very excited. With that being said, Gideon has been keyed to this caldera. The time is nigh. Has everyone geared up in all of the varieties of ways that you feel have prepared you for this moment? And we'll say that also during that final night, Arjhan, you could have been casting the hollow and
yeah, so Arjhan would have cast the hollow during the day leading up to the date.
Okay,
because it's a 24-hour casting time.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
And then that night would have been when he had the reservation for Infernal Rapture.
Sounds good.
Night. I mean, it's always dusty in Avernus.
Yeah, it's the Hades thing. Lovely day or night. I don't know. But it's time.
Cori is going to be in her armor of necrotic resistance rather than her armor of etherealness.
Excellent choice.
Gwen is also in her armor of necrotic resistance.
Caelum appears attuned to the Demonomicon.
Oh shit, when did I get a Helm of Comprehending Languages?
Noctua.
Like
it was
that had to have been
ago.
that had to have been recent.
No, I think that might have been like very long time ago.
No.
Yeah. But
It was
either way,
recent, as in it wasn't 2 years ago.
Yeah. That's last
It's
year.
recent. Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. Like it's in the most recent like crop of magic. Yeah.
Noctua says after the Caelum adventure.
We just haven't come across anything that we don't understand just yet.
Yeah, it was in Q3. Thanks. Thank you, Levi.
Yeah, we re-released the Helm of Comprehends language in Q3, waiting for the Q4 because it's Christmas time sales. Really
got to get that holiday market in there. Now, so Caelum has equipped the Demonomicon, armors of necrotic resistances. We got potions. We got weapons. We got blood die rolls. We got people. We got Zariel showing up. She's there. We have legions of devils. We see chain devils. We see horned devils. We see bearded devils. We have 6, or I believe no less than 6. Let me just do a quick checky, real quick.
There are 6, including Rasa.
Yep, there are 6. There is Hedrick, the Indomitable, Scarwing, heir to the Emberfell Keep, Tyrus, the Crimson Death, Malrakar, Herald of the True Flame, and then Cinderellus, the Craterborn, on top as well with Rasa.
We didn't talk to Scorchbane.
No.
He's busy.
He's busy.
He's doing a thing. He has all of winter to keep in check. He's fine.
I have a question, guys, before we get into this too far. Who's doing the talking?
Whoever can cast Sending.
To Orcus?
I mean, over the past night, I mean, we do have a empty ring of spell storing. If
Sure, I could put that in there.
I mean, we can do that. Arjhan has a charisma of 8.
Caelum
Oh,
also
boy.
has a charisma of 8.
I've received training in
Hostage
Diplomacy?
situations.
not necessarily negotiations.
What's the
Okay,
difference?
Well, here are
With-
the words that I was expecting to say.
Please let Gwen be the one who talks to Orcus. Give us the fucking
my
name,
God.
dude.
All right, look, this is how it's gonna go down. Okay, see this? See all of this?
Uh-huh.
Look, if I'm feeling better next week, I'll do it as a
As a
in the-
Patreon
in the-
reward.
yeah.
But before we do that, we need the magic circle.
Yep. I got you. Cori, stay close by.
Always do.
And from the book, I begin casting Magic Circle.
Okay.
Out of character, is
Is-
Cori doing the negotiations?
Arjhan can do it and use forceful presence, but Arjhan has a charisma of 8.
That being said, for our players, if you would like to look at the jam board that I know that we
Oh my
haven't
God.
used in a while, that is already set up.
That concerns me.
You never know.
Could you resend the Jamboard, please?
It's just jamboard.google.com.
Yep, should be it should be pinned in the Discord.
Ah, yeah, here we go.
Oh no, they're adorable. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
They are
So
so
the-
small.
The red dragon that is Rasa is the plushie because she's sweet and cute, and I love her.
Oh, hell yeah.
What's with the Super Mario Sunshine looking cannon?
The Hellfire engine?
Oh, it's what we're threatening him with. Okay.
And then where you see Orcus on the board is where I am assuming that Orcus is going to be, summoned, specifically because the Hellfire engine has a range up to 120 feet.
Great. Love that for us.
Oh no, I can't make things perfectly square.
Uh-oh.
Simon, I am casting from the book, so do you want to say for that?
Yes, if you would not mind.
I do.
Oh my
But-
God. Isn't one of the things from the Demonomicon that you can't speak?
No. Oh. 17 and 5 is 18, 19, 20, 21. 22.
Okay, a 22. Excellent. Let me just check here. You're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was gonna get weird.
Okay.
I still want to know what Kevin did to get into the fucking Demonomicon.
It's just a piece of shit. Anyways, so what we have here is the magic circle has been summoned. Yes. Are you using the magic circle from the book?
Yes.
Okay.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Excellent. So that uses one of the book's 8 charges.
Yep.
And you can see like Zariel is like just sort of like floating in the air, like with these burning, flaming wings. Like everyone is just sort of like looking at the 4 of you as you're doing this. Each of these 6 dragons also came with a small cadre of Gith with them. It seems like as a gift from Queen Vlaakith to use her soldiers as well. But again, they are watching the setup. Because Orcus is a huge creature.
Yeah.
Indeed.
magic
What are
circle
these
is 10 feet.
circles that I'm what are these circles that I'm looking at?
So there's the magic circle, which is 10 feet, and the hollow, which is 60 feet.
Aha.
And I believe both of those are radius. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be a 20-foot diameter.
So we're okay to stand in the hollow.
Yeah.
Cool.
We can stand in the hollow. The devils can't. The dragons can. But the devils can't.
That's why they have bows.
Yeah, they got bows and spines and like can shoot shit out of their backs. Like they're protected. They have
I think we're reading Magic Circle wrong. So it reads, choose one or more of the following types of creatures. The creature can't willingly enter the cylinder by non-magical means.
It can be reversed.
Oh, it can be reversed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the first
operate
purpose.
in the reverse direction. Why is that a subroutine?
Yeah, why is that right at the end?
It's a
Because
bullet
the
point.
first thing is the supernatural salt circle.
Right. Okay. But we're using this more as a demon trap, quite literally, in fact.
Yes. And believe it or not, it's probably one of the more common uses of this circle. It's been used like that since 4th edition and beyond.
We
I know
get
4th
it.
edition,
You
at
like
least.
4th edition.
It's what I know.
Say the
I'm
line.
sorry. I'll also let you know that an encounter is considered a combat in 4E. So, you guys ready for this encounter?
So I'm gonna specify fiend and undead to not be able to leave the circle.
Okay. Sounds good.
We ready for this?
The extra effect from the hollow was silent specifically for Orcus.
Okay. Like can't speak.
Right. Would I know if he's telepathic or not?
Yeah. Based on the dossier that you got from the Blood Hunters, you know that Orcus is a telepathic being.
Okay. Cool. So I'm hoping if he has verbal components to his spells, he won't be able to do them. That would be great.
Good move.
Really, we should have talked to the Raven Queen about this. This is like
We
we did. All right.
We did. We got okay. So that's the second setup step after casting the magic circle is to activate the Raven Queen's protection from evil and good.
All right.
Do we have that?
Yes.
We should.
Who has the thing?
What do we have?
It would
Raven
be
Queen's
Cori, who
protection.
has 4 tokens from the Raven Queen that allow your party members to protection from evil and good.
That is correct. Cori will distribute said tokens. Everybody gets a Raven Queen feather.
Just use them.
And then
Yep.
the third thing would be the sending, which is being done by whom?
Well, only one of you has sending.
Remind me what the sending is for.
Basically, to tell Orcus. So the message is, Bloodlord Orcus Caius moves to consume our worlds and usurp your throne. Containment requires his true name. Humbly asking, but will persist if necessary.
Orcus, nut up or shut up. Come get some.
Love it. All right, cool. That's gonna work.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
in the ring, so anyone can do it, right?
Did we set that up? Because Arjhan used it to cast Hallow the previous
You had
day.
2 rings of
We
spell
have
storings.
2 rings of spell storing, so I
We
could have
do.
casted one into another spell ring and given it to Arjhan.
Okay. But it also requires attunement, and Arjhan is full up.
Oh.
I'm also
could-
full up. Let me see if there's something I can spare.
I mean, we can take 30 minutes to hot swap between sending the message and summoning him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll
let's
work.
do that.
Is that going to give him a heads up that we're gonna do something though?
Yes, it
Okay.
will.
Only 30 minutes though.
I could
And
just
we're not,
ca-
But he can't
we're not
actively
necessarily
teleport.
giving him a timeline.
He can't actively teleport into the Hollow, though.
To
Yeah.
expedite this, I'm just gonna cast sending from my spell list.
Okay.
Sure.
It's your spell
I-
slot.
It's 3rd
You-
level.
Yeah.
I've got enough of these.
He's basically a living phone line.
Caelum's telecommunications office. How can I help you? I say
okay,
what
okay.
Arjhan wrote.
Okay. So it is Bloodlord Orcus. Caius seeks to usurp your throne.
We require his true name, right? Sorry, Connor. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's in the Discord
Okay.
under the plan.
Sounds good.
Here we go.
Read it, RJ, read it.
All right. Bloodlord Orcus, Caius moves to consume our worlds and usurp your throne. Containment requires his true name. Humbly, I ask. Humbly asking, but will persist if necessary.
The response that you get, you feel the sending go, and it almost has like an echo to it. And Caelum, you feel a gargantuan hand onto your shoulder, and you can feel breath along the back of your neck. And you hear a voice in response.
I hope that you are ready to persist.
There is a light squeeze, and there's nothing.
You got the message.
Is it gonna give it to us?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's do this.
Arjhan will drink his potion of necrotic resistance.
Look what
Good
everyone
call.
has to do to mimic a monochrome of my power. Necrotic resistant Nate, baby.
Okay.
Cori's going to activate something. What the fuck is Cori going to activate? I had so much time to prepare.
Yo, dog, I feel the same fucking way.
Okay, we already have protection from good and evil on us, right? Y'all want that aura that lets you not die?
That's great.
You want that?
That seems lovely.
Can I have what level is Death Ward?
What level and how long does it last?
8 hours.
Level 4, 8 hours.
Yeah, 4th level, 8 hours. I only got 3 of those. So if y'all think it's important enough, I can bop you all, each one of you, with a death ward, and I have one innate, essentially.
Go for it if that's what you want to
Sounds
spend your
good.
4-level spell slot on.
Let me look at it real quick. Double check. Make sure that it's the right thing to do. First time a target would drop to 0 hit points as a result of taking damage, the target instead drops to 1 hit point and the spell ends. If the spell is still in effect when the target is subjected to an effect that would kill it instantaneously without dealing damage, that effect is instead negated against the target and the spell ends. All right. Yeah. I think that's worth it.
No thingy death.
Yeah, no, none of that, sir. Thank you. Each one of you is getting one of those. I have one innate. I'm not gonna worry about it. Famous last words.
Yeah.
Not being said.
I'm sorry, I was getting my dice ready. What did I get?
Everybody's getting a death ward. So the
Okay.
first time that you would die, you don't.
Okay.
You drop to 1 instead.
That's on top of my already death ward?
Yeah, you get 2 of them.
Okay. Awesome.
Congrats.
You get to choose which
Awesome.
one pops first, though, I believe.
And you
We
have
already-
your relentless endurance. Gwen's never gonna die again. Period.
Why would you say that?
Because I can. I'm the DM.
Fame, I'm gonna
GM.
live.
Yeah.
I would like to correct something.
Okay.
Since I can't make the silence only apply to Orcus,
Mhm.
and communicating is going to be necessary here, I'm going to change the secondary effect of Hallow to everlasting rest.
Oh, you want communication? I've got telepathic bond.
It's a
But
silence.
that's
it's
not going to
just for
help
talking.
like anybody else.
Yeah, but I can brain link us.
Verbal
But that
components for
would
spells.
block verbal spells and stuff for everybody.
Yeah.
I can't make it only on Orcus.
Okay.
But I can make it so dead bodies aren't turned into undead. So I would do that.
I could also just stand outside of the radius and cast spells.
Yeah. You don't have to, so long as you're outside of the radius, you're cool to cast those spells.
But it's up to you.
Yeah, but I'll just do the everlasting rest.
Okay.
We have dragons.
We have dragons.
We got dragons.
I don't want undead dragons.
That's how you
See,
get
that's the
Draco
mistake they
liches.
made in Game of Thrones, yeah. Spoilers.
What?
It's okay.
Damn it, LB.
It's okay. That season
Honestly,
doesn't count.
it's okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. I think we've prepared long enough.
Uh-huh.
There's only so much that you can prepare for. Let's light this candle.
Gwen
Summon
pulls
that boy.
out Gwen pulls out her great axe and she kind of like moves it in her hand and like shrugs her shoulders and do I have to be
Oh.
raging to summon my kids yet?
No.
Or can I just all right.
Yeah,
Gwen
that's just a thing you
summons-
could have been doing this whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna summon the horde. And I rolled for the highest I've ever rolled, and it's
We
a
have-
14.
We have a lot
Damn.
more time than I thought we did. If I cast Magic Circle only targeting fiends, it's cast at 9th level from the book, which gives us 10 hours of Magic Circle.
Perfect. I hope we don't need that. Let's go.
I'm going to, just before we pull the trigger on this, I'm gonna cast Guardian of Nature.
Okay. This is
What'd
great.
that do?
Oh,
It's the thing that gives me extra attacks and
Hey yo.
rar,
Yays.
turns me into the king of the jungle.
The jungle.
Social, yeah, social.
King of the Junji
ferocious.
Okay. So, Gwen, you rolled for 14.
Sure did. I've
Okay.
got my chart up. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm just going to do a mass just a white circle that's next to the rest of the group, and they will just move as like just one wave. In the words of Warhammer 40K's orcs, you have summoned the Wog. You just cry out, and then a bunch of them join in, and now they move as one. So the Wog is
They're
here.
moving like those flamingos do, like just all bunched up in a group with their noses in the air.
Okay.
We found out their Orcus's like weaknesses and damage immunities, correct?
We got a report.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full report.
Okay.
Which was elemental stuff, so cold, lightning, fire. He's resistant. Necrotic poison and non-magical hitties. No damage.
Okay. Cool.
Charming, exhausting, frightened, poison. Not gonna do it. He resists magic, so he has advantage on spell
Saving
saves
throws.
before the legendary stuff, and he specializes in necrotic damage.
Got it.
Okay.
Are you doing it?
I'm doing it.
Incredible.
Lord Orcus, bring it on.
Okay. And is there any roll that you have to make from the book when summoning?
Let's see. Fiendish Scourging, Ensnarement, Containment. Spells.
So that's to contain one in the book.
Yeah. I don't have any reference to needing a check.
Okay. Sounds good. Didn't know if it was one of the detrimental properties or anything like that you might have had.
No.
Okay. So you call forth Orcus, the demon prince of undeath. And inside of the magic circle, you see that and it has been made to fit a creature of Orcus's size, and you see that the dirt and the sand begin to almost bleed upwards. It looks like there's some sort of liquid, and looking at it, it is blood. And it seems to seep in with the dirt and the sand and the detritus here at the bottom of this caldera, and it begins to bubble until there is just one large, singular, ovoid-like shape that seems to be made out of flesh, until you start seeing that there's like this green light that seems to emanate from it at points. You hear a deep rumbling of a cackle that seems to emanate from inside, and with an exploding outward motion, two vicious wings, one of them seems to be hanging almost from a limp bone, but still just as mighty and proud. A large body, rotund and putrid, with holes and gaping bits, just seeming to be oozing pus and bile from this large pot belly. A white skull, a bleached skull of a goat on top of this body with two brilliant ruby glowing eyes, stares down at all of you as you have brought forth none other than Orcus. And Orcus, as they stand there, seems relaxed. And they look up on the hill and they see 6 dragons. They see 24 Githyanki. They see Zariel, one of the archdukes they see the Archduke of Avernus. They see legions of these devilish soldiers. And each of you, every single individual in this caldera, hears in their mind,
all of this for me. This is most welcome.
And Orcus stands and looks and just sort of takes stock of your group. And as Orcus is taking stock, he takes one cloven hoof forward, and you can see that the barrier of this magic circle stops him. He cannot progress past that, and there is just like this rippling magical energy, and you can see that he takes a claw and just scrapes it down the inside of this magical circle, letting the magic repel his claw as he does. And he's just looking at it curiously. And he begins to have that deep rumble-like laughter again that seems to come from his chest. But the laughter's too loud to be from Orcus himself. It seems like this rumbling is deep within the earth, deep within the soil of Avernus. And as Orcus stands there, looking at their nail and then looking back, that rumbling gets more prominent until you feel like you are in the middle of an earthquake. And an earthquake would be, to put it lightly, as you see along the shelf of the caldera, 3 purple worms erupt from the side of the caldera. And as they begin to cascade down the side of this caldera, you see a wave of devils waving an infernal litany, a litany that is not of Zariel's, but instead looks like an elongated jaw, horns that have more of a vertical-like posture that tilt down at the end, almost in a smiling-like stature. And you see at the back of this new legion of hellish individuals that have arrived at this place full of chain devils, bearded devils, horn devils, ice devils, which you have not seen amongst Zariel's legion. You see a gargantuan creature as well, similar in stature to Zariel. And you see that they are of red skin, and they have a blade that is made of hellfire. They wreath it towards the skies, and as they do, you see the sky of Avernus splits open. And Caelum, you are familiar what happens at this point, as this is something that you do consistently. As you watch as meteors begin to get pulled out of these hellish fissures in the sky and rain down on the forces that your group has gathered here to fight against Orcus. Yes, Caelum.
I'm going to counter with my own meteor swarm.
You for sure can. However, we will get to that in just a minute. So, this meteor swarm has come down, and you see Zariel whips over, and there is recognition as she immediately clocks who this devil is, who this litany belongs to. And she calls out, Belle, this is not your place. And you see Belle, big smile upon their face, say,
Once I kill you, then I'll be the one to defeat the Demon Lord, usurper. And even if I am to return to the river here and now, then I will gladly endure its current, if only to watch you beg for mercy.
And they point with their flaming sword towards the group of Zariel's forces, and it looks like the ex-Archduke of Avernus, Belle, has decided to take this opportunity to possibly regain some personal footing, as it looks like there is a third force to be reckoned with. And
Battle of 5 armies, got it.
Yep, that is what is going on right now. And you see that Orcus looks at your group as all of this happens. You see like one of the meteors is like square in the back of one of the dragons that was like flying around as well. They've begun plummeting towards the ground. You see another one of the meteors actually hit back towards where the Hellfire engine was, and it's actually like tilted off to the side, having been placed on the back end. And as it does, Rasa is just there like protecting it, like, nope. This is the one thing that is keeping this together.
Yeah, important thing to note. Is the Hellfire able to be carried by a dragon?
The Hellfire would be able to be carried by a dragon.
Good to know.
Excellent to know.
You
And
could tie it between 2 dragons by the husk.
And you see that as these meteors have come down and there are devils scattered, broken, bleeding out, more devils coming in, and your group is just like, what the fuck? Like, we did all of this work, all of this preparation. You hear Orcus.
There are two things. There are two things that a sword needs: blood and iron.
And they put their hand into the metallic dirt of Avernus, and you watch as the blood of this meteor swarm begins to course so quickly towards him, and he begins to pull up what looks like this tarnished, dark green metallic greatsword. And as Orcus, sword in hand, a battle erupting off to the side begins. We are going to go to our break just a little bit early this evening as we brace for quite a fun time. So we're going to be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go in a place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice. And we'll see all of you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. I pushed the button. Hello, everybody. Ah!
Can you do your Martini favorite sweetie pie? I want you to kill your friend Sarasso. Here's a knife. Sorry, when I think of stabbing, I start laughing. Stab him 1 or 2 dozen times.
That was not the aria I was thinking of.
Oh my god.
Wow. You know what? I caught some of that. Just like the high pitch it was great. That was amazing.
Honestly, wasn't too bad on the ears. Yeah, you could release an album.
That's the good part of Toad's voice. It's so fucking easy to do, and it goes places that are very easy to reach.
It goes places.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I needed that. Oh, my goodness. I feel
Y'all ready to get some combat
now.
It's time for a hell war.
I'd
You
like
ready
for
to stab him
everybody
1
to
or
roll
2
for
dozen
initiative.
times?
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a hell war.
Oh. Caelum.
Wow, that roll.
Okay. Initiatives.
18.
Wow.
Where's the initiative button?
The Jamboard does not have an initiative button.
Okay.
11.
11. Okay.
Can we-
5. I have advantage.
Oh god.
Gwen, you got
I-
5. Cori, you also got 5.
No, I have a 12.
Oh.
Sorry. I've been trying to say it, but I'm trying not to speak over people.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
As is my wont to do. I've been cursed to not be able to speak unless somebody else is speaking.
There we are. Okay. So then let me just pop these into here as well. So that way we can keep track of things. You'll notice that there is an ability that fires off at initiative count 20. Don't worry about that.
Are you sure?
I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah, oh no.
Okay. So, at the start of combat, it starts off, or no, that would have been, because that there. Okay, so to start off combat, at the top of the initiative order is Orcus's Pound of Flesh ability, which is not something that was handed off in the dossier, and he seems to have used that to create his sword that he will be using in tonight's initiative. Next up at the top of the round at initiative count 20 are the bad guy NPCs, which would be Belle and Belle's forces, who have also done their round. They've done all of their thing. They are going to try and gain some more advancement. Again, we have these red dragons that are sort of swooping around, and they're like they see like giant purple worms, and they're like, awesome, this meal's gonna be great. What they do not expect is that a bunch of chain devils are actually going to shoot up from the ground and actually begin to wrap around one of these red dragons and begins to pull them down into the hellish masses down below. It seems like they are going to use their numbers to try and at least get one of them out of the sky. Next up, at the top of the round of player initiative, Caelum.
Caelum is just going to turn to whomever, Orcus or the army.
I want the big one.
Our attention needs to be focused on Orcus.
All right. He's going to bonus action use his Blessing of the Raven Queen to teleport backwards, so he's out of any sight lines, essentially.
Okay.
For counterspell shenanigans. Because this is gonna suck. Alright. Ray of Ravens at 9th level.
Okay. With that being said, with the magic circle, how does this work?
Magic circle's planted.
Okay. It's not like a wall of force or anything that would prevent
It's not a
things
wall
from
of force.
going in and out?
It
Okay.
prevents only Orcus from leaving his magic circle.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Ray of Ravens.
Right. This is all psychic damage, so I'll just read you the hits.
Okay.
24 to hit.
That hits.
18.
That misses.
20.
Misses.
21.
Misses.
27.
Hits.
23.
That just hits.
33.
Also hits.
Okay, that's a crit. 29.
Okay, 29 hits.
25.
Mhm.
And 26.
Okay, so that is 7 connections.
7 hits.
Okay.
Yes. This is gonna be fun. But that's not right. No. 7 hits is 14d6. 84 points of damage.
Okay. Orcus does not seem to enjoy that, to say the least, but, you know, he does take it.
Cool.
Actually, I would say he does enjoy it a little bit. He's a freak that way.
He's a little freaky guy. The freaky lad.
Okay.
Yeah. So Simon, I'm gonna start rolling out my next batch of Ray of Ravens, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, totally fine.
Cool. That's my turn.
Okay, sounds good. And then just to make sure, because while carrying the book, when you make a damage roll for a spell you cast against a fiend, you use the maximum possible result.
That was
instead
the
of rolling.
maximum.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay, so then next up in the initiative tracker is Cori.
Of course it fucking is. All right.
And Orcus has just taken 7 blasts of ravens, and they are just standing there. And you can see that there is that, like, they take a little hoof step back. And then there's...
He sure did.
actually.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
How does melee attacks against a creature in a magic circle look?
You can enter the magic circle freely. Are you a fiend?
Not currently.
Come on in. The water's fine.
It doesn't
Anything-
apply any condition to him.
No, he just cannot move out of it.
Can I possibly can I belly up to the bar and just sort of like hang out next to it and
Yeah.
try to whack him from there?
Yeah.
When you cast a spell, you can elect to cause its magic to operate in the reverse direction, preventing a creature of the specific type from leaving the cylinder and protecting targets outside of it.
Okay. Cori, in her primal guardian form, rushes forward. She, in this form, has an increased speed. She rushes forward, like, pretty much all on all fours. She's got claws, she's got teeth, she's got whiskers. And she's just gonna start laying into him.
Okay.
As primal guardian do. First attack. Oh, and also do so at advantage. First attack is 18.
18 misses.
It's fine. Second attack is 24.
24 hits.
Julio, Flameo Hotman. In that case.
And your shield does something when you hit.
Nobody is close enough to me to benefit from that, I don't think.
And it does not include you?
Oh, it does conclude me, doesn't it? Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate that a lot.
You're welcome.
Yes. It's equal to my charisma modifier? Question mark?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you hit with a melee attack, one ally of your choice within 30 feet radius centered on you gains temporary hit points equal to half your level, rounded down. Okay. So that's going to be 18. No, 18.
9.
God, I'm sorry. I'm having a real ADHD night tonight. Numbers and words are going to be hard for me.
Totally
You're going to
fine.
have to be very patient with me. 9.
Yes.
9 temporary hit points for me. Coolio. All right. Excellent. Next thing I shall do is roll the damage on that attack that just hit. I would like to smite at third.
Okay.
So he's going to take 16 magical slashing damage, 8 radiant, 4 force, and here comes the smite. I'll get a button for this. Third level. 28. Because he is both undead and a fiend.
Oh, yeah.
So he gets the extra D8. That's that.
He's
Let me
not
double
actually
check if
considered undead.
Oh, but he is indeed a fiend?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that was my move. That was my attacks. Pretty sure I don't get an extra one. I don't think there's any bonuses I want to do. I'm good.
Sounds good. At the end of your turn, Orcus is going to use a legendary action. And they are going to try and hit you with their sword. So that's always fun. So that is going to be... That is going to be a 34 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. Just need to make a little guy real fast. Probably should have done this beforehand.
Bro, I'm in the same boat. I'm like, wait a second, combat? Oh god, look at all these buttons.
Okay, so that is going to be for 16 points of slashing damage, followed by 14 points of necrotic damage.
Which
7.
you resist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which you do resist.
And I also reduce slashing, bludgeoning, piercing.
Now,
Keeping track of that.
that also being said, do you have a spell that you are concentrating on?
I do.
Okay. As part of the sword's ability, when you are struck by this sword, you have disadvantage on the concentration check to maintain the spell, and you must succeed at a constitution saving throw of 15 or higher instead of the 10.
What a dick. I'll give it a go.
Could be worse.
It could be worse. 19, baby.
19. Okay. And that was with disadvantage?
It was a disadvantage.
Excellent.
The other one was
25.
17 on the die.
Okay, sounds
Yeah,
good.
25. Yep.
All right, so Orcus just like, and it is a great sword that he is just one-handing. Like, he's not like two hands up. Like, there's just a lazy free hand, and he just seems almost uninterested in fighting you. But then after he sort of like makes a connection as to who you are, there is that like brilliance of undead fire behind his eyes, and says,
The mantle bearer will make a fine servant.
Just literally growls back at him.
Rawr. Okay, next up, Arjhan.
If I yell at him, will I still be able to get my attacks?
Yeah, if
Like,
you yell at
I
Orcus.
do want to, like, I do want to try to persuade him. I don't want that to be my action.
Okay, yeah.
Orcus, we need this name, and if you're not willing to give it, we will reduce you to a lemure. And I will take my 3 shots because it's the first round.
Okay. I would say make a intimidation roll against... you can either make the intimidation roll now or after you shoot him.
Whenever we do that, I'll do Force of Presence.
Okay.
I'm going to mark him as my favorite foe.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've looked up the combat traits. They're all over.
I feel like we're all simultaneously having that same panic, like,
Look, man. This is level 19 combat. It's only getting weirder from here.
it's true.
I would say that I would joke like, oh, it helps if you have a spreadsheet, but I have a spreadsheet up right now to play this game, so like it's not really a joke.
Listen, man, I've been doing weird shit since level 12. This is just a Monday for me.
What do you mean level 12? Motherfucker, I've watched you do weird shit since like level 3.
18 will miss. 23.
23 is the number that you need. So 23 is
And 29. Okay.
Okay.
So, dealing acid damage.
Okay.
10 plus 5, so 15 for the first. Second is 16.
Okay.
And then intimidate. 19.
Okay, a 19. Let me just check here. Yeah, Orcus, he does not seem to believe you at this point in time. You aren't sure whether or not he doesn't believe you about the weapon, that you have the capability to even bring him to a point where this would be a finisher, but he does not seem to take your threat as lightly.
Would we...
Yep.
So, Hellfire Engine.
Mhm.
Can it be used multiple times, or do we only get one shot?
It's one shot per round.
Okay.
And it has 3 different distances because it has an acid spitter, a lightning flail, as well as its thunder cannon. And the thunder cannon has a 120-foot range, so that's as far back as you have had it set up just in case. to try and distance it in case Orcus is like, I'll destroy the engine and then blah, blah, blah. Like, just to try and make things a little bit easier.
Ross is protecting it at the moment,
Yeah,
right?
Rasa as well as Scarwing. You have 2 red dragons who like have made their whole thing. This engine does not fall. Reach will not fall while we still stand.
Can Rasa take the shot?
Yeah, Rasa can take the shot. She is actually slated for initiative. All of the quote-unquote good NPCs are slated for initiative count 1 because the dice gods are cruel. But she can for sure do that if you ask her.
Arjhan will turn back to Rasa and just with a look say show him.
She'll nod. Yeah, she accepts that. Next up, the man, the myth, the demon prince of undeath himself. It is Orcus's turn, and there is a specific coriander that is 5 feet directly away from him. So, let us figure out how we want to go about doing this. What he is going to do is that with his sword, he is going to make a series of attacks against you, Cori. So he is going to make his... it looks like he is able to take a total of 3 attacks using this +6 greatsword that has the ability to cut through magic. So for the first hit, that is a 32. Second hit, 32. And fourth hit, or third hit, was a 38. So I'm guessing that all 3 of those...
You can't miss, baby.
I mean, not 1, but even then, it's pretty close. So he is going to get 3 different attacks off on you. So the first set of damage is going to be for 18 points of slashing. And then 12 points of necrotic. Then the second attack is going to be... and I need you to make your concentration check.
Disadvantage. 21.
21, okay. Second attack is going to be for 20 points of slashing and 16 points of necrotic.
Con save is 10.
Okay.
Primal Guardian goes down.
What level is Primal Guardian?
Uh-oh, John. Primal Guardian is, or rather, it's Guardian of Nature. The level itself is 4th.
Okay. So, as Orcus slices into you with the Orcus sword, and you feel that great sword, like the first time it hit, like you could feel that there's something... I mean, you are a positively aligned deity, to say the least. Like, even as a godling, like, your whole shtick is being on the up and up side of things. There's something innately taking of this sword. As the blade hits you that second time, you can see that, like, I mean, he forged this sword, like, not even a minute ago. But
before you continue, does this still have effect if I cast it through an item?
Yes, because
it
affects the spell's level. So what happens is that you see that blade sink into you, and it actually cuts through that magical manifestation that you have, and you watch that magic that you have, like, that came from Wraith attached to your body, leech off of you into the sword and turn into this darkened ichor that slides down onto his hand, and you watch as his wounds begin to close as Orcus actually regains health, having broken your spell.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
So that is the second hit, and then Orcus is going to roll damage on the third, which was...
On the third one.
Yeah.
I'm going to force him to re-roll, take the lower.
Okay.
It's
Silvery
a spell called
Barbs?
Silvery Barbs, baby.
Ooh,
What's the
baby.
distance?
60 feet.
Okay. Did you not move yourself far enough
I
away from
did.
Orcus so that way he would not be able to use a counterspell, which also has the range of 60.
I forgot. There's a
Okay.
lot of things going on.
Yes, there are. I am making notes, so that way we can keep
Thank you
things
for
all-
catching me on that.
No worries. Thankfully, this is only 21 points of bludgeoning damage and 9 points of necrotic damage as Orcus swings his sword down that third time. Next up, Gwen.
All right. I have some fun things. I have read through the Blessing of Talos, just so you know. But Gwen is going to Tiny Rage, as well as hype up the forces. We're all gonna run forward. How far away are we?
You're rushing distance. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Look, if there's one thing that I will appreciate about Monty Cook is that distance doesn't matter. Are you there? Can you get there, or will it take a time?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that's
cool.
fine. Yeah.
I have rolled all of the berserkers.
Okay.
There were 3 natural 20s and then 3 other attacks that hit with a 23 or above.
Okay.
Excuse me. So for a total of 75 damage. Did they count as magic?
I rule that they do, and we have ruled them in the past that they do because they are summoned through the axe.
Yeah.
And it's one of those
okay.
things where, like, the weapons that, like, the item itself, like the Iron
They're
Horn
fucking
Valhalla, is a
ethereal
legendary item.
weapons.
And if you're just
Yeah.
summoning a dude, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. So they have all attacked recklessly to do this. And then Gwen is going to use her actions to attack.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the ankles with the runt axe. I am also going to attack recklessly. I'm just gonna hit the button because it's there. I don't have to roll physical. First one's a 22.
Okay.
And the second one's a 32.
Okay. 22 misses, 32 hits.
All right. And that is 17 slashing damage and 10 fire damage.
Okay. Sounds good.
And Gwen, looking up at this 15-foot tall being, just goes, "Oh my god! You smell like sweaty balls! Jeez!"
Gwen, he is not 15 feet. Add another 10 onto that. This guy's gargantuan size. Like, he's a 15-foot tall, smelly as balls goat man.
Yeah.
Still smelly, but scale-wise is big.
She insults him.
Okay. He doesn't like that. Yeah.
That's right.
However, it would be the good aligned ally's turn. Let me check.
It would be. What do you mean by that?
Legendary actions, you know.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, they happen. They are indeed things that Orcus is capable of doing, and I think that he is going to use one of his legendary actions to strike out. He sees you, Gwen. He's going to strike out at Cori again.
Bitch.
And that is going to be for a 25 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, and that is for 22 points of slashing damage, 11 points of necrotic.
Subtract 14 from that. Sorry, did I math? And Orcus is going to take it instead as force damage.
Okay.
From my spirit shield.
How much?
Simon, can you say what
14.
the damage was again? I need to hear all the numbers once more.
Sure. That would be for 22 points of slashing damage and 11.
I apologize. If Orcus is hitting Cori, he makes that roll at disadvantage because Gwen is an Ancestral Guardian Barbarian. You hit him with a
25
melee action.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh, God, that
Yes.
hasn't come up in a while.
Look, we're all learning
Jeez.
things about our characters 19 levels in. It's fine.
Look,
And
it's
everything's
something
all
that
up
I
here,
remember.
baby.
Everything that I usually remember, and then it's like, it never comes up because I always get hit, which
You
is
also have
what
a
I'm supposed to
migraine
do.
right now.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Guys, I'm literally being tortured. We're in the middle of writing down numbers.
No, we have to do a roll, right? We have to do another roll for Orcus.
Okay.
Oh,
I
sorry.
I but I need you to understand that I subtracted damage from my hit points. I need to know how much to add back on.
14 was the amount that Gwen had transferred.
Blocked.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was okay. There was 19 or 22 slashing damage, which I reduced to 19.
Mhm.
How much was the necrotic damage?
11. Reduced to 5.
5.
Yes.
Okay.
But did he actually hit?
Yeah. Orcus still hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Got
Cool.
+6.
So then I get 14 back.
That is
Wait,
correct.
hold on. Does she reduce the damage before I reduce it or after?
We'll say after, just to make it easy.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll do however the math is easier for folks. Okay. That being said, it's the good guy's turn. We got 2 dragons, and Rasa has been told to use this here cannon. So she is going to turn the cannon, and she looks at Arjhan, and says that, or no, what she'll do is that she'll tilt it upwards, because it blows up in a radius for the thunder damage, so as to not hit your friends, and Orcus being already large and in charge. She will blast him. So let's see, he needs to make a DC 20 dex save.
10.
Okay, sounds good.
He rolls 10.
Okay, so he rolls a 10, and as it turns out, Orcus is not the most dexterous boy, but he gets a +10 on his dexterity saving throws. So he gets 20 in total, correct? If he rolls a 10, he would still get his bonus?
I believe 10 plus 10
Okay.
Is 20.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
got it. We're all having problems with math today. So Orcus meets. He will be taking half of 5d10 thunder damage, or 5d10 bludgeoning damage, and 3d12 thunder damage. But quick check. Yeah, he is not immune to thunder. He is immune to lightning.
Oh.
Wait, he's immune to lightning?
Or resistant.
Resistant.
Resistant. Okay, so he is going to be taking 26 points of bludgeoning damage and 14 points of thunder damage. 6, bow. God damn. Okay.
God damn.
So Rasa does that. The forces of Zariel are doing their best to fight against all of this incursion that's here. It looks like they are doing their best, or at least having the dragons just sort of like breathe fire into their cones in the middle of this. It seems like they aren't necessarily trying to target the devils themselves, because the devils don't really, like, there's not a strong enough force. It seems like the purple worms are more what the dragons that are here are trying to actively take care of. You do, however, see that one of these dragons is going to try and fly directly towards Belle in a show of hubris and bravado. And that would be Hedrick, the Indomitable, who is going to try and take down a former archdevil all by themselves, because then they'll be promoted in Tiamat's army. Historically, this was not a smart move. They are going to do that. Next up is Orcus, and Orcus, seeing the carnage around them, you see will like make a motion towards the amassed army, past the area of where this hollow is, and you see that there are 3 ghouls that are summoned that seem to then hop into the fray, and they don't have any kind of party allegiance necessarily, but they are just in the mix, trying to cause some damage. Next up are our villainous NPCs, who, having brought down 1 dragon, with their chain devils, are going to be focusing on that bell. Let me bring them up here real quick. Is going to look at the dragon that is coming towards them, and with a flick of their wrist, as this dragon is like right up to them, mouth open, you just watch as they snap their fingers, and you watch as maze-like chains wrap around this dragon, and the dragon is gone.
Oh no.
So that'll be fun. So that was their turn. Caelum, top of the round.
Caelum's gonna skirt the outside of the battlefield so he can get a view of the baddies and Orcus, the baddie army and Orcus.
Yeah.
Can I have Orcus make a dexterity saving throw as Caelum overcharges a meteor swarm, aiming 1 directly behind Orcus, the other 3 in the army?
Okay. Sounds good. So that is going to be a 23.
That is a... Wait. Give me a second. Yep, that is a pass.
Okay.
So Orcus is going to take... see, 30 points of fire damage that's already reduced,
Okay.
and 60 points of bludgeoning damage. The other devils take 240.
Okay. That is interspersed.
Yeah.
Correct. Got it. Yeah. They like you were watching it. Well, also the thing is most of these devils are immune to fire.
Bludgeoning damage might take them out
The
with
bludgeoning
120.
damage is doing a hefty toll. However, it is also doing a hefty toll on the dragons that have been grounded as well. So,
Which are also immune to fire.
meteors, bad times are happening. Caelum, how far are you away from Orcus?
I would be probably like 65 feet away then.
65 feet.
If I was outside of the range of counterspell, but
Okay.
outside also the range of my silver barbs.
Sounds good.
I have a bonus action.
You do.
Quicken Firebolt
Okay.
at Orcus.
Sure.
That's insult to injury, baby.
Nat 20?
Nat 20 for 33.
God damn it. Okay.
So he would originally take 50 points of fire damage, but reduced to 25.
Okay. Sounds good. So,
That's so good.
next up is, let me see here. Next up is Cori.
Cori, who's taken quite the beating, and has watched Orcus eat one of her spells to heal himself, sort of hisses between her teeth, and turning on her heel will face step away from him.
Okay.
And as she does so, she whispers, "Sister, Shadow, help!" And the Raven Queen, the Season of Death, will peel off of her back and swing a sword at him.
Okay.
As I cast Celestial something.
So
Hold on.
Guardian?
Yeah, summon Celestial.
Yeah,
That's the
that
one. That's the one. And
That's
she
the
can attack.
bitch.
All right, so there's a lot of errata here. I have made a macro to make it easier. At this level, she can attack twice per turn. So here we go. Oh God, I don't have advantage.
No.
It was close though.
Well, the second attack, because you attack twice.
No.
Okay.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works on Roll20, baby.
Womp womp.
Oh, I got excited when I saw it, but it's fine. 19 on the die for a 31.
Ooh.
So 14 radiant damage. And Gwen, you get 3 temporary hit points. Second attack, 27 to hit.
Okay, 27 hits.
Hits.
Yeah,
Sorry.
again, 2 and
16
3.
radiant. 16 radiant damage. Is there anybody else nearby who could use a temporary hit point?
You could do any of the berserkers.
I'm gonna give it to Cori. Cori gets 4 temporary hit points. That's my bonus, my action. I'm done.
Okay. End of your turn, Cori. Orcus is going to... They'll use a legendary action. They are going to try, and you've distanced yourself now. The season of death is upon him.
Yep, by 30 feet. Let me. Oh, I didn't mean to move that. Let me make a copy of Cori's token, and we can follow that
from there.
The season of death.
Okay. Orcus is going to make a attack against Gwen.
Or upside
And
down.
Gwen, did you reckless?
I sure did. No,
Okay.
wait. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
That is a natural 20 from Orcus.
Okay.
So
Silvery barbs? You're not close enough.
out of
Too far.
out of range.
Ugh.
So Orcus is going to hit you with this big sword. So and then all right, so that is going to be for 27 points of slashing.
Okay.
32 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And Gwen, as the blade sinks in on this most critical of hits, you can see that something triggers within the blade itself, and you hear what sounds like a mind collapse almost, as an explosive force juts out of this blade as you take an additional 16 points of force damage. As it turns out, older editions had an ability called explosive.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. It was a great time.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, he has hit you with this explosive greatsword that deals extra damage on a crit. So that was it for the legendary action between Cori and Arjhan. Arjhan, it is your turn. Orcus is... he's not looking great, to say the least. It has been, 2 turns in the initiative count, and y'all have kicked the shit out of this guy, just like you said that you would.
Good.
We need the name. Arjhan will use his bonus action to infuse his crossbow with just a little bit more of a chromatic infusion.
Okay.
And take his shots. Uh, 27 and 33.
Okay, both hit.
Uh, 16 for the first. 20 for the second.
Okay. Sounds good. He's still up,
Yep, that's it.
which is preferable. However, it is now Orcus's turn. Now, at the start of Orcus's turn, something very interesting happens. And we say something very interesting because, like most good boss battles, a certain threshold has been reached. What you see is that there is this like the slamming of meteors has happened in the on the war that is outbreaking, this insurgency being led by Bel. There are dragons that have shed blood. There are devils that have shed blood. There are Abishai and Yif, all sorts of manner of creatures. And you see that Orcus takes a step back, and it looks like rotted skin and flesh is just sloughing off of him like a corpse that has been in water for far too long. And as he does, he begins to breathe. And as he begins to breathe, you see and you can feel that the blood along the sands of this caldera is moving closer towards him. And just like how he had absorbed that magical effect from Cori, you can see that he is taking that blood into himself. As blackened flames begin to wreath from his hooves towards his belly, towards his grotesque face, and there is a wave of energy that is released from him as part of him entering into this second stage of battle, as it were, involves the casting, the almost contingent-like casting of a circle of death. Now, it ripples out from around him, so everyone within a 60-foot radius sphere centered on Orcus will need to make a Constitution saving throw. Gwen, I am so sorry for all of your barbarians.
It's fun. It's okay.
A number of them are within 30 feet of me, so you get Buzzkill Aura, baby.
How many do we want to say? Is this a spell?
It is a spell that is, but it looks like this is part of his transformation.
Mm-hmm,
Right.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just for the advantage
But
or
it
not?
is a spell.
Yeah.
But it is a spell effect.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So do we get advantage for our Mage Slayer?
I'll say yes.
Oh, shit. Gwen's good. Well, I guess is it 29 okay?
29 does save.
Okay.
23 for Caelum.
Okay. 23 just saves.
+3.
Natural 20 for a 23.
Whoa!
Oh. This is why I took resilient.
You said this was a con save?
It is, yes.
26.
26 saves.
Ooh, okay.
Queen of Ravens, however, is not so lucky.
I
What
hope
did I
y'all are
roll?
enjoying this SMR on my end.
It was a number, so
We can't
obviously
hear
I
it.
forgot.
Oh, damn it.
18 for Season of Death.
Okay.
Does
She
season?
failed.
Oh, she's too far. Is she within your Buzzkill Aura?
Oh shit. Yeah, you're right.
Because 18 and 5 is 23.
I didn't add that. You're correct. She's fine. Oh baby.
Okay.
What does the Buzzkill Aura give?
Oh,
Plus
Cori's
5.
paladin. Yeah, it's +5.
What? +5?
Oh,
Okay.
no, plus 6. I'm sorry.
Oh
God.
shit!
Oh, right, because
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep. Up to my charisma.
Okay.
Y'all.
So 4 of them saved.
Okay. So on a failure, which was again 23 or anything below 23, you will be taking 29 points of necrotic damage.
Well, that's not bad.
No, it's not so bad.
Half of a half.
So on success.
On a success, you take 29.
I'm sorry, one more
Sorry.
time?
Success,
Yeah.
29. Failure, half that. I had coffee
Other
before
way
this
around.
game. Yes.
Reverse it.
Yeah.
Numbers.
So half of 29 is 14.
14.
And then half of that,
is
because it's
7.
necrotic, is 7. Yeah. Okay.
Now, another interesting thing to note.
Oh no.
Orcus is currently wreathed in these darkened black flames that, mechanically speaking, he is considered heavily obscured.
Oh no, we got Godskin Duo.
Kinda.
I
So,
might be able to take care of that. We'll see.
Where the fuck
Yeah.
is Bernthal? Join
I've got
Bernal.
sleep pots in my back pocket.
Now, this was the start of Orcus's turn. Orcus has not used an action yet on his turn. Orcus is going to cast a spell. Now, that being said, you see him like wreathed in shadow.
Spell.
It is a spell.
Go on.
And
Okay,
he
go on.
is going to say,
This isn't going the way that I planned. Looks like I'm going to need a little bit more time.
and as he says that, he sticks his blade into the dirt and rotates it in a clockwise fashion.
And nothing happens because counter spell plus distance.
Okay.
Ah,
Is a 9th level spell.
Okay, I'm rolling off, baby.
does Gwen still get an attack?
Yes.
Cool. Oh, nat. Oh shit, that's a nat 20. Oh,
Nobody panic! Nobody panic!
nobody panic. I get extra shit.
I did it.
Hooray!
Just barely.
God damn.
We'll take barely.
Okay.
We will take barely.
Now, that being the case, I have a question for you. And this is a rules question, and this is from Rules Monkey to Rules Monkey.
Okay.
Orcus is considered heavily obscured.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
you're right. I
creature
need to be able to
effectively
see.
suffers from a blinded condition when trying to see something in that area.
Right.
You need to be able to see him.
I need to be able to see him. So, can I redact that counter spell?
Yes.
Given that I
Be-
cannot see him.
Yes, I will let you have that spell slot back. That is fine. It's totally
You've
fine.
rules monkeyed me, baby.
Look,
That's what this game's all about.
if you get enough rules monkeys to write enough TTRPGs, eventually they will make the cipher system. That is canon.
You get enough rule monkeys together on typewriters, they can actually format the cipher system or a Monte Cook game.
no
Jerry.
one can do that.
That can't be done. There was a
It
pact.
can. You just need a digital tool set.
You need additional
Monty
monkeys.
Cook.
Oh.
Monty Cook
So
doesn't believe in digital tool sets.
Speaking of being heavily obscured, did Gwen roll at disadvantage for that nat 20?
She's-
Oh no.
Didn't you reckless?
I rolled it. I was recklessly attacking, so I rolled on.
So it was flat.
Yeah.
So
you
was the nat 20 the first die or the second die?
Well, I rolled them at the same time.
Well, but
You could never know.
I can re-roll. I already did the math, but I can re-roll.
We're just playing by old
Hello,
school.
folks.
I
rules.
did
You're
not hit.
okay.
rolling
Wait,
to
wait.
confirm.
Hold on. Rolling to test. Okay, yes, we know a 4th edition was cool. No, okay.
That wasn't 4th edition. That was before 4th edition.
I know.
You want to hit 23, I think.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, 14 plus 8 is
Not it.
22.
Yeah.
Not enough. Okay, cool. Never mind.
Okay.
I did get to roll all the dice, and that was fun, though.
So, first things first.
I'm the realist.
So, just want to make sure here.
We all went there.
Okay. And as Orcus does this, time stops.
Oh,
That's something he's got.
World stop. Carry on.
so Waldo.
First things first. One of his turns goes by. A second of his turns goes by.
You're not gonna tell us what he's doing.
On the third turn, Orcus is no longer within the magic circle
Oh no.
and is instead directly at the wizard.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, I am wearing the Echo Shard gauntlets. I know it doesn't really make a big deal, but
Yeah.
if he moves, he doesn't take force damage, right? So it doesn't matter.
No, he does. Roll through the damage.
How'd he do
Oh,
that?
Every little chip count.
Mm-mm.
I
How
do
do-
that.
How
If
do-
anyone would like to know what Orcus did during their turns, questions for the courts. No, not that.
I'm guessing he
They need to
casts
make a
Dispel
DC
Magic on the floor.
He needs to make a DC 14. Uh. Cool.
Is he still obscured? Okay. Right. Boy's got particle emitters in his skin. I got it.
I know how to beat that. I just turn the shaders all the way down.
Simon, you may be muted on stream.
Yes, I was, because of a button that I accidentally pushed. Don't worry. I fixed it now.
How long?
How long? Oh, like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
not very.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I don't want to hit that button."
Yep. Yep. I tried to do the Discord link button, and instead I hit the intro for the Four Keeps. So, you know, that's just like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure thing. Orcus appears in front of you, to be continued. Like, okay, so Caelum.
Hi.
I do need you
Uh-huh.
to make a saving throw for me.
Okay.
Now, let's see here. This is going to be a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
He's not within 30 feet of me, is he?
He has moved. Caelum? Caelum's
Yeah,
not within
Caelum.
30 feet, no.
Just checking. It's worth.
it's
worth.
okay. This is why I chose Resilient as a feat. Constitution saving throw, right?
That is correct.
Yes. 26.
26. Okay. Sounds good. Let me just check here.
It's at disadvantage when he attacks you with his sword, right?
That
No.
is correct. However, he was not attacking with a sword.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that.
So, let me check here. So, Caelum, you are going to be taking half of 61 points of necrotic damage.
Hey. Okay.
And that is it. And as he's trying to do this, it's more effective if you fail. But that obviously did not
And
work.
not be a Shatterkai.
Yeah, that would definitely help. It seems like as Orcus was attempting to, it is something that you are actually very familiar with. Orcus was trying to age you. He was trying to take away your life presence.
Was that a spell or a
It is.
spell? Like, I'm going to use my reaction to copy that.
Okay. You learn the spell Time Ravage. Where if you
just go.
And you know that if you had failed the spell, you would have had 30 days left to live. So congrats on
Cool.
succeeding.
You know how we have an adult dragon in the back somewhere?
Yeah?
Might make them ancient.
Quite possibly. However, speaking of dragons, a fun thing that you notice, there is a rather unsettling roar that seems to come from the forces that are fighting along the side as a newly risen undead dragon breaks out of its chains amongst the devils and begins to spew this hellfire across the group. It's fun.
Did Orcus do that?
Orcus did do that.
So he did something that affected a creature other than himself?
He affected a corpse.
It's an object.
It's been a great game. So,
Oh my god.
Orcus is now currently outside of the magic circle, directly on your wizard. And that was it for Orcus's set of turns. Gwen.
Hi, it's me. I'm Gwen. How far away? He's 60 feet, right?
Yeah, he's because Caelum purposefully wanted to be 65 feet away from Orcus.
Okay, so all of the berserkers are gonna double move to him, and Gwen is going to move 30 feet And then she's going to you see a glint in her eye as she places her, like she kind of stops and digs her axe into the ground. She's using her new fun stuff, and she is going to use the Blessing of Talos.
Okay.
So is going to cast Destructive Wave, and yeah, so he's gonna. I'm using my strength as my modifier here, so he
Yes.
needs to make a Constitution save of 19, please.
Okay. Thankfully, Orcus is pretty con heavy. He got a 26.
All right. All right, he's gonna take half. So he's gonna take 15, 20 thunder, and 15, 20 radiant.
Okay. Sounds good. And you're...
As, like, the ground cracks around him.
I'm guessing that your barbarians, your berserkers are just... Ah, rabble, 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 rabble. And they're just like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, are they full round moving up to Orcus, or are they just going to 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they're going to go all the way up to him. Gwen is still in the back, but she is going to use her bonus action to summon Hexton above Orcus.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Sounds good. And Hexton, you can see, like, looks at Orcus and then, like, points at their blade and says, your name will be remembered.
Thumbs
and
up
Orcus
from Gwen.
is just
I forgot
like,
people can't see me.
and
Thumbs
Orcus,
up.
like, again, like, can't emote. It's a skull and just sort of like,
Yeah.
like, there's like a deep rumble of like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who are you?
Next up, the good NPCs. Zariel's pissed. There's an undead dragon now. Belle, like, this dude has just been an asshole this whole time, and she has now gone onto the ground forces. And like the beginning of the Fellowship of the Ring, when you just see Sauron, like, doing, like, a Dynasty Warriors mace smite, and, like, a bunch of elves are flying everywhere. That's Zariel with, like, this ice giant's maul that she has, as she is just bashing devils left and right to get to the center of this, where this undead dragon is. She doesn't even seem to be paying attention to Belle, because there's a very clear, very present threat here that, in her eyes, is a contributor to the blood war. She does not want this anywhere near. Rasa, however, still has the Hellfire engine, and is going to... She is going to use the acid spray on the Hellfire engine this time around.
The bone melt sprayer.
She is going to need to hit that. Thankfully, she will move it in such a way where it only hits Orcus. And he's going to use a legendary resistance. He doesn't want to fail that. He rolled a 2 and a 3 on the die. He is going to get hit with fire damage and acid damage as well. So let's just see here. So he's going to get hit for 3 points of fire damage. Nothing that great. And then he is going to be too many tabs open. That is for 4d8 acid damage as well. For 14 points of acid damage. Thankfully, with AoE abilities and things that he needs to save on, doesn't matter if you can't see him. Just aim for the big smoking black wreath thing. So Orcus has taken that. And again, he does not look pleased at this point, especially with the acid that is just contributing to his quickened rate of decomposition. That being said, It is time for Orcus's Pound of Flesh ability. And at this point, he is going to look behind where he sees the rest of the group, sees Caelum, and he is going to make a sweeping attack with his sword onto the ground to kick up the dust, and he will summon 2 undead. And the thing to note about these undead is that they look like the skeletal structure of 2 deep crows. Mechanically, these are going to be 2 dinosaur skeletons that have entered the fray. And they are going to be here, and I will reuse the magic circle. And here. So you have 2 skeletal dinosaurs to keep track of as well. They will act on the same initiative account as Orcus, so there are a few things that need to go behind them. Next up, villainous NPCs. They are going to continue fighting. It seems like Belle at this point in time is going to... Or actually, sorry. It's one thing that I do need to make sure of.
Where did the deep crows get summoned?
The 2 circles on the jam board.
They cannot be summoned within.
Yes. So he would have
within
had
the
to do
hologram.
it. He will do them over here. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh no.
This is fine.
This is fine. So let me just check here. Okay, yeah, that dragon is not coming back. They are trapped many, many, many miles beneath the surface of Avernus, probably having a good time. One can only assume.
Nothing bad ever happens here.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
So let me just check.
I mean, all things considered, the maze spell is pretty tame when it comes to dealing outright damage to someone.
Yeah, Bell is going to... I mean, he's going to cast Mirror Image on himself, and he's going to start cutting his way towards Zariel. Not seeming to care about how many of his troops get in the way of the thing. Likewise, there is this large undead dragon that is currently fighting an Archduke of Avernus, as well as, you know, like getting rid of any kind of devil that is around them. Next up, Caelum. Caelum, you have Orcus directly in front of you and 2 undead dinosaurs that are flanking you.
Well, I don't like that. I do not.
Understand.
Well, I'm in a Blessing of the Raven Queen behind Orcus, so that I'm within the Hallowed spell.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess this is my option. Okay. Nevermore Life Hunt, 23 to hit
Yeah.
with disadvantage.
23 will hit.
80 points of force.
Okay. Okay, and that was a disadvantage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds
Caelum just teleports behind Orcus. My turn. Boom, grabs a chunk of flesh, rips it out, and then just the weave starts incorporating it into his
good.
skin.
Oh, you might want to get that checked.
That's sticky.
Oh, it heals him completely.
Sure.
It does.
I know.
Nevermore Life Hunt.
I know this. It's gross visually. So, Caelum, that was your turn to hit Orcus. Anything
Yeah.
else?
Bonus. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, sounds good. Orcus is going to use a legendary action to hit you with his sword, or at least try. That is going to be a natural 20.
Reroll, take the lower.
Okay,
Silvery barbs.
that is a 27 to hit.
Not too
Are
high.
you still at disadvantage because of the protection?
Yeah, we've forgotten about protection
Protection from good and evil.
Yes, we have.
Like this entire fight.
To be fair, the
Thanks,
sword
Shadow
has a
Death.
plus 19 to hit.
Well, yeah.
But that natural 20
Yes.
can only happen if 2 natural 20s are rolled.
That's
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
Okay.
Damn,
Okay.
bruh.
So. Anywhomst.
Anywho,
Anywho,
Still hits Caelum. That is going to be for... Just get that brought back up here. For 20 points of slashing damage.
okay.
And 17 points of necrotic.
Why, Simon? I love you, but math is not my strong suit.
Look, in season 2, we'll do it
You want me
better.
to make it harder?
Baby, you know you do.
Oh, hey.
Sir?
Come on, we're on stream. We're on stream. We're on stream.
I think what happens is, as Orcus swings down the blade, Caelum catches it in the side. His head is down, and he just looks straight up. There's like the red in the mask eye.
Okay.
I only went down to 149 on that attack.
Yeah.
Minus 14 from that and make it hit Orcus, please.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm still at full, baby. When the wizard becomes the tank,
Okay.
You can take all you want, baby.
I can do it.
Okay, so that was Caelum. Cori.
oh yeah, I'm still here. Damn. Sugar snap peas, everybody. How does Orcus look?
Orcus looks, I mean, from what you can see, because of the shadows breathing out of their body, they didn't look great before they went into phase 2, and having since gone into phase 2, they really don't look great right now.
Okay. Corey's just gonna kind of straighten up and start walking calmly towards Orcus and the fight. She'd like to use her movement, get within 30 feet of them, just sort of start straightening her armor and give herself a lay on hands, bring herself back up to full. And she's going to say to Orcus, the name, now, or the next breath you take will be in the sticks.
Shit. Make an intimidation roll.
I would love to.
It's a 13.
Okay.
And then Raven Queen has a 40-foot fly speed. She's going to nip over to Gwen, give her a little friendly slap on the ass. 7 hit points for you because I roll ones on healing.
That's okay. I'm okay.
I know. And she'll use the rest of her movement to start closing the distance between herself and Orcus.
Okay.
That is my turn.
He's going to try and hit Caelum again with another legendary action.
No, I'm just a sweet bean.
That is a 24 to hit.
Too high. No.
Okay, so that is going to be for 17 points of slashing and 9 points of necrotic.
Okay.
Okay, next up, Arjhan.
Ross to get in the hollow ground.
She'll do that thing.
Give us his name. Arjhan will shit, never mind, that's concentration. Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. I have a thing.
Okay.
I have a thing from Ranger level 18.
Ooh.
It is called Feral Senses. Whenever I attack a creature I can't see, I don't have a disadvantage on my attack rolls against it.
Hey. Okay.
Does heavily obscured count?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
You can curve the bullet. I've seen this before.
Caelum, how are you doing?
Muted.
I cannot hear you.
151 out of 163.
Healing word. And if you would like to use your reaction, you can take an attack.
I've already used my reaction to use silvery barbs.
Fuck.
Take the HP though. I think he's kind of gunning for me at this point.
He's eating your spells. Like spaghetti.
What's it?
So-
Blessing of the Raven Queen is putting in a lot of work.
5 points.
5 points?
Well, no, he'll heal 5
Caelum.
points. A tick. 26,
That'll hit.
21
21 to hit or damage?
to hit.
To hit misses.
Stalker's Flurry. I'll take another attack.
Okay.
34.
34 hits.
So Stalker's Flurry, whenever I miss with a weapon attack, I can make an additional attack.
Okay.
That's rad as fuck.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about it. 19 points of acid for the first hit.
Mhm.
Uh, 17 for the second.
Okay. So. Yes, I know, Beetle. Do you want to come up? You want to be a big man about it? He wants to be a big man about it. All right, so.
Big man.
It is Orcus's turn. And Orcus is going to... How's everyone looking? How's the party doing?
Full health.
Orcus is going to look, and like you can see that like his shoulders are moving in the way that like this has not been easy for him. It has been all of 18 seconds, like 30 seconds because of the time stop shenanigans. And he's gotten the shit beat out of him. So
Read his name.
and Orcus will stand straight, raise the sword, and you can see like Hexton is above him, and Orcus unleashes his fingers and the sword turns to dust. You watch as those blackened flames quench, and standing before you is this demon prince of undeath amongst the all of like the two skeleton dinosaurs collapse into piles of bone. The undead dragon that is in the middle of this battle collapses, and in all of your minds, you hear Orcus say,
I'm not having fun anymore. You want his name?
and Orcus will squat down so that they are looking directly at Caelum and say,
Viracos Avaram.
and I will spell that for the chat. And then as Orcus stands, having been defeated, not wanting in the same way we were joking about earlier, where a dude says Kamehameha in the middle, like at the beginning of a fight, and the other dude's like, I don't want to know where that goes. You just said like this weapon will turn you into a lemure, and like he's felt the force of that weapon several times. But Orcus now stands to his full height and looks at you again, Caelum, and telepathically, just to you, not to everyone else, says,
I will plunder your corpse and take that little book for myself. It is ill-fitted in your cold hands, Magister.
In response, I was a lich once. I'll manage.
and then Orcus like looks at you, pointedly, Arjhan.
Is that what you came here for?
What is it? Can somebody banish him?
Oh.
And Orcus is gone. Now, that being the case, and your group can finally
Oh no.
Oh shit, there's a whole ass battle over there.
As soon as he's gone, I'm going to aim my crossbow at Zariel and shoot her with a potion of growth.
Oh! Okay! Love that! I was like, the final hour! This is what it wraps!
Wait, Simon, how far is Zariel from us?
Combat as we know it is over.
Okay.
Let's have fun with it. Let's explore the space.
Rule of cool?
Yeah.
Haste on Zariel.
So, Zariel, you see, hits to the side, and, she, careens a little bit because she was, getting ready for a strike. And then she grows, and she can already increase her size. She was already large size. She grows again. Her body starts shifting and shimmering, and you see Belle gets a look on their eyes like, oh, fuck. Oh, no, this is bad. Zariel disappears in a blink. Arjhan, you hear Rasa gasp, and you look over, and the Hellfire engine is gone. Zariel is back in front of Belle with the Hellfire engine, and she says, Usurper, I won my title fair and square. And what this kingdom does not need is sore losers. And she blasts the Hellfire engine. You see it hit Belle. And a shit ton, it's the cone ability. So it's all of the dudes that were also on his side as they just begin to melt and pool. And you watch as just little little spirit boys come up from the corpses, these melted pool of the forces of Belle, as a almost borealis-like stream emits from the caldera, making its way to the river Styx. As it turns out, Avernus only has one true ruler. And Zariel will look at your group and nod, and in each of your minds, because she also is able to speak telepathically, she says, I owe each of you my eternal gratitude and a debt to call when you should so need it. And as Zariel offers you this debt, as you have boosted her and allowed her to remove an
You're gonna feel weird for
enemy,
half a second.
She is used to haste. It is okay. But as the battle simmers down, Orcus is gone, and the Four Keeps almost all at 4 health after this insane combat. That is where we are going to call it for not only tonight's session, but the Abyss arc, which, if you have been following along for the last 5 years, I have a little thing I would like to say to each and every single one of my players. Hello, Four Keeps, and welcome to level 20. And that is where we were going to call it for tonight's game. So I'd like to say again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. This has been an incredible journey so far. We are going into the last leg of it here shortly. And I'm nervous. I'm excited. It's going to be a great time. But speaking of things that are always a great time, hey, RJ, where can we find you? What do you do? No, Danae, it's not level 2 trillion. Stop that.
So we get mythic levels, right? Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and be a menace to society. Catch me here on Mondays, Caelum, the Shatter Kai wizard fighter who has action surge now. Sorry, I'm so excited. With the Thursdays over at the Hype Goblins, where we're doing another D&D 1 to 20, but instead of using source stuff, we're using third-party material, and it's gonna be great. We're handing in our resumes. We're only level 1. We're going in for a job interview. It's fine.
Oh.
Saturdays over at GGK or G Game Nights, where we do Parslings, which is a deck builder game with role-playing elements. It's fun. You get to put weird quotes on your cards and it makes you draw more. Finally, Sundays over at the Hype Goblins once again in the morning, where we have transitioned over to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I think I'm playing a ranger in that one, and I attack 4 times on the first turn, and it's stupid. DanaeKeener.com.
Also, quick shout out. Our dear friend Levi, friend of the channel, has just gifted 5 subs to the chat. Thank you, Levi.
Also, hi, Raiders. Sorry,
Hi,
we were
Raiders.
kind of...
Roy,
Hello.
we were busy.
We were busy.
Oh yeah. So sweet. Hello, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp and on the Twitters and the Twitches. Normally, you can see my face here, but tonight, I was just having fun vibing in my dark room. Next time I'm gonna be live is tomorrow on G Game Nights, where we are doing our masks game. Yes, and then on Friday, actually this weekend I'll be off because I'll be on a vacation. So check out my Twitter, check out the Discord for some beach stuff. Yes, I mean, it's gonna be like 60 degrees there. We're not gonna go swimming, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, that's me. DanaeKeener.com.
Boy, I'm Cyber. You can find me on twitch.tv/cyberwolf1201. I don't know what I'm playing, but we'll play something, maybe. You can also find me here on Mondays. Hey, you found us. And I'm also on twitch.tv/highshelfcollective on Sundays, running a Cypher System game set in Hyrule from The Legend of Zelda. So check that out. DanaeKeener.com.
Speaking of DanaeKeener.com, hi everybody, I'm Danae Keener, and I have a question, Simon.
Yeah,
You said that Cori was able to manifest her spring form, right?
that is correct.
Can I do an after credit scene?
I would love to. I would love to have that be an after credit scene, and I would even go one further for next week. But yes, after credit scene is more than welcome.
Sure. I want to say that like there's a lot of rabble carousing, like victory screeches from the demons, and Cori
Devils.
just sort of like, sorry.
They're devils. They're not demons.
God, you're right. I'm sorry. That was my bad. Cori just sort of wipes her brow as the Raven Queen sidles up next to her, and she says, "Thank you for coming, sister. Sorry, it's just my thoughts are elsewhere today." And we cut immediately to sunset on a beach where Oliviette is sitting alone, and we hear steps in the sand as Cori's spring form walks up next to her and sits down and puts an arm around her.
Oh, I love that.
Arjhan just goes up and lays his hand on Ross's neck.
Rasa gives
Yeah.
big nuzzles.
Caelum just looks down at his hand, walks into the middle of a crowd. I can still cast Circle of Death.
Time
The
Ravage.
worst.
Team kill.
DanaeKeener.com.
Okay. Shit. That's everybody. Except
That's
for
not
me.
you.
Hello. If you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this on Mondays and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not next week because LB's out of town, but the week after, we're doing a Monster of the Week game where Wyatt has just awakened to some wild powers that I have no idea what's going on. I gave LB an idea, she's ran with it, and boy howdy am I having fun catching up, figuring out what exactly it is I'm doing. But that is it for our game. So I'd like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to each of these players who have joined me, not just this week, not just last week, but for the last 20 levels worth of weeks. And of course, thank you to everybody in the audience. I might have said that already, but man, it's been an adventure. And with that, I'd like to say, we're going into the after show. That's right, the Patreon supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us on our Discord, which is found in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. Or you can also join us on our Patreon. The Patreon link can also be found in the Twitch description to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. With that, I would like to say once again, thank you. Love you all. And we will see you all next week. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. We love you.